Hello all. For my final presentation of this course, I'm going to be discussing a place that I have envisioned myself working at for a while now, especially since I was a young student. So, just a little bit of background. My area field is music education, and the grades that I would like to teach is 9th through 12th, which is the high school area. So the school that I have chosen is Clyde ISD, which is located in Clyde, Texas. It is more or less a small town school. So the reason why this district appeals to me is because it is a place that I am familiar with, because I grew up in this town for several years and have felt like I've always wanted to give back to the school and the community. So the demographics of this town is the city population is just over 3,800 people, and I have inserted a picture to give you some perspective of where Clyde is. It's for the most part in the close enough to the heart of Texas, kind of in the center. So for Clyde High School, their enrollment is 410 students. To put that in perspective, you can think of schools, especially for sporting events, are broken up into classifications and conferences. So this would be, Clyde would fall under the Conference 3A, Division 1. So they're broken up into two divisions, each conference, Division 1 and 2, and Division 1 is bigger than Division 2. So a breakdown of this student population is 410 students, and out of the 410 students, 81.7 is the majority of the population that is Caucasian. The next biggest percentage is Hispanic at 14.7%. Following that is African Americans at 1.7%, and Asian population at 0.2%. And out of those students, just under 52% are economically disadvantaged, and as well as ELL learners come in at 0.6%, and the special population, or special education, is 13%. So a little bit about Clyde before I proceed is, like I said, it's a small town of just 3,800 people. Most of the area is farming. There's a lot of farming and ranching land. It's not obviously a big city where you have, buildings, in succession of each other. So it's nice and open and very agricultural invested. So after doing some research, I found what the Clyde's ISD's vision for the students and the school district, as well as their mission statement. So for the vision, Clyde ISD wants to empower their students to become successful leaders, to be able to execute challenges that will be presented in the future. And then their mission is based off of the acronym TEAM, which is teaching, encouraging, achieving, and motivating. So teaching the students to help better themselves, not only academically, but as people and citizens. And then they want to encourage them to seek what the students would like to be, and whatever field they would like to go into. And then they want to help students achieve their goals, as in, whether that's making good grades on homeworks and tests, or, graduating from high school and pursuing college, or even a trade. And then motivating students as well to be positive and strive for success and be the best that they can be. So academic plans, their plans for growth is to use accelerating instruction for students, so that they can prepare for the testing at the end of each year in the core subjects. So they're offering students the opportunity to come in for tutoring, before or after school, or even during a study hall study period, and to give the students as much opportunity to strive for success. Now, for the needs, it is somewhat similar. So the biggest need that I saw was in the English section. So looking at the 4 or 5 main subjects between math, science, English, and history, most of those percentages of passing rates were in the 90 and above percentile, or the 80 or above percentile, but English was their lowest rate. So their goal for this is to increase domain 1 for English by at least 10%. So the whole domain in general. And more specifically, they would like to increase English 1, or the English 1 course, from 64 to 68 in the span of this school year. So for the students who do not successfully pass the end of course test, they will be assigned to a remediation class, or even scheduled tutoring to help those students achieve better scores and understanding of the material, so that as they move forward, they can be more successful on tests and homework, so they don't have to continue to take these remediation classes or tutoring. So moving forward to what I believe I can offer Clyde ISD, I'm a big believer in getting the job done and getting it right. And if I'm not able to do it, get it right the first time, I'm going to work at it and try again and try again and try again. I'm not just going to try once and then put it off to the side and kind of leave and forget it. So I believe that they're getting somebody who will be diligent in their work. And I also set high expectations, but moreover set achievable high expectations. So, for example, being in music, if in their past years, say for marching band, they were able to get, one or, you know, two ones and a two, or one and two twos. I want to, strive to overcome that and possibly get sweepstakes, which is three ones. So being able to assess where the band program is and set goals to hopefully achieve a higher success rate to give students more opportunity, especially moving on into their future, whatever field they decide to pursue. Another thing is I am willing to do anything to help others succeed, whether that's students, like I aforementioned previously, or even teachers. I'm somebody that will usually never say no. I embrace all challenges. I'm somebody who likes to work hard, and so putting in overtime on nights and weekends to become the best educator I can be, so that my students can succeed. Because if my students are succeeding, then I feel like I'm doing my job to put them in the best position that they can be in. I also encourage collaboration, because you might have some good ideas, but your fellow colleagues are going to have good ideas too. So having that collaboration and bouncing ideas off of each other can help better each other as teachers moving forward. And as well as, I feel like I can offer students opportunities for extra musical experiences, because for the most part, in school, you'll just do marching band. So you'll just go to football games and a couple marching competitions, and then do your fall and spring concerts. So I would like to encourage students to join indoor drumline that I am willing to kind of start up and create, because being a percussionist, I am experienced in this field to put forth creating that indoor drumline, so we can go to contest and just give students more opportunities to be exposed to different elements. So a couple challenges that I feel lie ahead for me going into this job is getting acceptance from the students, parents, and even the staff, because I know as a new educator or a person that is coming in for the first time, you're going to have students that are going to like you straight away, but there's also going to be some students that are hesitant, and because their previous band director was their favorite person. So just trying to build positive relationships and getting that camaraderie for each other, I feel might be challenging, but I'm up for the challenge. Like I said, building relationships with everybody, building positive relationships can help the experience go well. And lastly, learning school traditions. You got to figure out what the school traditions are, and make sure that you don't step over one that's been there and try to change stuff. So, just learning what they do as a school and continue that those traditions. So, like I said, this is my place that I would like to teach is Cloud ISD. Thank you for listening.